Hello, everybody. How nice to see you all again. And how nice to be playing a set of hands which isn't a squeeze, because squeezes take so much longer to do. You've got to discuss where your threats are and how to go and develop your threats and so on. Here it's much, much simpler. And so are the auctions. These are taken from a book written in the early 60s, so probably written in the 50s. I have altered the auctions only when they're super long. Some of the auctions have sort of 6 or 7 rounds of bidding, and I thought you'd all fall asleep. So I changed those auctions, but otherwise the auctions are pretty much as they were in the book, whatever they were playing in those days. Okay, so here it's gone pass, which actually I don't like Singleton King, so I passed as well. Pass, and I quite like four spades here, um, because you never know what the person on the left is going to do, and if you give them room to investigate. So I like the four spade opener. So here we are in four spades, and according to my notes, it says that the lead is the ace of clubs. Well, don't know whether that's the obvious lead. Leading aces is normally a bad thing, but here it manages to pin the Singleton King. So, from my point of view, in the south seat, um, I played the 10 because you never play your top card from a sequence. So, uh, you play high to go and show an even number, but also you're promising a higher card than the one you've got selected. So, effectively here, with West having the jack, West knows partner's got the queen of clubs. Anyway, back to declarer's problems. Let me show you the natural line. You can obviously rough that and make a winner. And then you have quite good chances because the heart finesse could be right. This could be actually the line you take if you're playing in match points where over tricks are so important. You draw the trumps, which doesn't take you long at all because they're breaking. And then you take the heart finesse, and if that's working, you'll be able to do it again and discard one of your diamonds. So you're doing very, very well at match points. However, half the time that will lose. And then you've got another 50% chance that the uh, ace of diamonds is with East. So when you play the king, that is your second 50% chance. And you can see you're going down here because the diamond finesse is wrong as well as the heart finesse. So although you took a fairly good chunky 75% chance with both finesses wrong, you are going to fail. You could have succeeded if only you'd been able to finesse the hearts in the other direction. Now, I'm trying to get back to where I was. This is hard work with so many yellow boxes all over the place. Here we go. So, can I take the heart finesse in the other direction? The answer is you can, although I think it really helps to have seen it before. Rather than rough the first round and then rely on the finesse into the east hand, throw a loser on a loser and discard your heart. Now, I don't know what West will do here. You'll see that there's a rough and discarding continuing the clubs, and surely by now he's had enough of cashing aces. I'm guessing he switches to either a heart or a spade. Let's go a spade. Okay, and now the difference of our pitch is that instead of taking a normal finesse, I can take a roughing finesse. And roughing finesses allow you to take the finesse into the safe hand. So you lead the jack, and well, I presume East will cover, and um, uh, if he hadn't covered, I'd throw away one of my losing diamonds, protecting my king. Imagine, just go and undo. Okay, imagine this was docked, and I would just throw my diamond away. And even though West wins the heart, the ten of hearts is good for a discard. or West has to lead away from his ace of diamonds up to my king. So I'm on a win-win situation. If East does cover, I simply ruff it and cross over to table to use the ten of hearts to take a diamond discard. Then I can play for an overtrick by lead towards the king. And if actually East doesn't cover, West gets thrown in to give me additional tricks that way. I do think I'm claiming here, so you can see the full hand. I do think it really helps to have seen this thing before. And I did notice those who got this right by throwing a heart at trick two did it instantly. They didn't almost like 10 seconds thought, oh, I'm throwing a heart away. And those who got it wrong thought about it for a lot. But I say it really helps to have seen these things before. So look for it next time. Instead of roughing, play it through in your mind. I'm going to take the heart finesse. I'll lose to East. Risky, risky. Can I improve? Yes, this is the sort of hand where I can throw a heart and take the roughing finesse into the safe hand. Okay, well, no comments so far. I will say, I didn't go back and check. One player did indeed win the first trick with a spade, and they played Ace of Hearts, King of Hearts. Now that's quite clever. Well, let's put it inside. It is clever, so it's worth a show and double dummy. No, export. Yes, there it is. Export to the table. Right. So here we are in pass, pass, four spades. All right. Okay. So this person didn't see the trick of throwing the heart away, but they did see the danger. So I thought they're playing very well here. After they draw around to trumps and then rather than risk the finesse, they play for a doubleton queen of hearts offside. So they play ace of hearts, king of hearts, and this very definitely is a better line of play than just taking the finesse. Because if this loses to the queen, the finesse would have lost as well. And if West has the queen, well, West is thrown in, and you've got the ten of hearts for a winner or a diamond lead to come round to you. So I quite like this line. But what was very odd was that East went and ducked it, and I'm not sure. It's possible that that shows the importance of signaling. I wish I'd gone back to check, because if West followed low and then high, East would be expecting West to have three hearts, the missing seven of hearts, and well, East would see it as, well, I'll give him a guess or her a guess by not winning this one and see whether that person's got the nerve to duck this particular round of hearts. So maybe it was a signaling problem by West. Maybe it was just he's misclicked and should have covered with the queen. But either way, the contract made trivially now because, of course, with East followed with the nine, you just go to all the tricks you actually need. So I'll claim again, just so you can see the full hand, it really is important to signal. As long as West had played the six followed by the three, he should have known that he or she has a trick with the queen and should have played it. And then after the queen, switch to diamonds and the contract goes down. Could I have the Zoom link, please? Of course you can. And yet again, maybe you can't. Because in the share screen thing, everything is different. Could you give it again? Because as a shared screen, I don't have the normal location for this where stop recording, disable hiding, share sound, meeting info. Nope. None of the above. There's three. Oh, you got it. Okay, right. I can stop worrying then. Yeah, sorry. I normally do take a copy of it, but I didn't think to do so before I shared the screen. Okay, what it's about? Well, these are Actually, random play techniques, the sort of thing that uh, you want to just add to your collection of little things that you can do differently. They're actually from a book by Alfred Scheinwald. And as I said, copyright was 1962, actually, the original copyright. So that means he compiled them and wrote them probably somewhere in the late 50s, got them published a couple of years later. So that's why the bidding is so old fashioned or whatever. No, they never get old. All of these things work just as well today as they did before. Some of these are deceptive. Some of these are uh, did you think to go and do this instead of that? And just the little bits that give you that extra edge to make a contract, which of course, because these are problem hands, they're designed to show the you are going to go down. In real life, you don't do this, and then it turns out here that the ace of diamonds is on the right, and so you're making it after all, and you don't even realize you've made a mistake. You had 100% line and you took a 75% line. But when you learn them, well, that little edge really alters the net score at the end of a match. So they're all worth knowing. I'm going to move on to board number two. Yeah, to the tail. Okay, nice simple auction of one no trump, three no trump. So one no trump, three no trump. Which I don't know whether I'm happy either. A five card suit is worth an additional point. So although East has 17 in high cards, at least I think there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, 15. Another, 15, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, it's only 15 in high cards. So I'm absolutely happy with this auction. It's not normal, of course, to try for um, an 11 trick contract in diamonds or clubs with such a limited point set. You need 27, 28 to make five level contracts. Okay, so here we are in our contract, and the lead is the three of hearts. Okay, so well, the start is fairly normal, at least I think it is. The rules for North are that you play your highest card unless you are keeping it to beat a card in dummy. So if actually there's a card in dummy like the Queen of Hearts or even the Jack of Hearts, you might decide I'm going to finesse the seven, maybe because it's really important that you keep your king to beat that queen or beat that jack. When there's nothing in dummy, of course, there is never any gain in playing anything but the king. You want to use your king to force out whatever honor East has, and then hopefully that will enable partners' honors to improve in stature and so become winners later on. And I say that because somebody thought it was correct to go and show count. And of course, whoever was declarer had no trouble making an additional trick in three no trumps because they had just made an additional trick, a trick one. So let's go back to normal play. There is nothing to finesse or beat in dummy. The correct play is the king. You have two options as East. One of them is to duck and presumably duck the next round, win the ace. You do that if you think you're going to totally cut off the South hand from running hearts against you, and South will never ever get in again. And so that is going to allow you to play on the spades, play on all the other suits, and so make your contract. Now, I see no reason to suppose that West South will never get in again. So the other way of playing this is to play the eight, and then you have protection with your jack and your nine. You're only in real trouble if South has both the queen and the 10, but sadly, that is reasonably likely. It does seem to have led uh, a likely fourth highest from a five card suit. Remember, South chose the hearts. And as everybody knows these days, with computer simulations, leading from four card suits against any sort of no trump contract, especially headed by honor, is one of the worst leads you can actually make. But leading from five card suits is quite good. Persistent work in the five card suit can often produce a lot of tricks. So this was a selected lead. The two is missing. Against a good player, that will be strong indication that South has five. And sadly, therefore, you Queen and the 10 over the Jack and the 9. So if we win, we're planning a game where we try and make sure we take all our finesses to the south hand so you don't get a lead through that Jack and 9. And that to me is a much more likely way of dealing with this rather than docking two rounds, a sort of rule of seven uh, sort of stuff. So I win the first one, intending never to let North into the lead again. So where am I going to get tricks from? Well, I've got all sorts of options. I've got spade finesse. I've got a 3-3 spade break. I've got a club break. Ace, king, queen of clubs. Maybe the fourth club is good. I don't see developing the diamonds. I could be lucky and North never gets in, but it looks like a lot of chance to me. It would be quite easy for North to have three diamonds and gets in and plays a heart through me. So I'm going to go for my best chances. Oh, and I've got threats as well. There's maybe the fourth round of spades is a threat, and always the club is a threat. But no, I don't think squeeze play is relevant here. Remember, for simple squeezes, you need all the tricks except one. Well, uh, we are nowhere near that situation. We've won one trick, we've got 12 to play, and I'm struggling with seven tricks, hoping to make an eighth one to add to the one I've already got. So, although I've got the elements of a squeeze, I don't think this hand is a squeeze at all. It's all about being lucky in the spades or in the clubs. So, let's go for that. Um, Try never to play true cards, it only helps your opponents. You play true cards from dummy, they can see them. But don't play them from your own hand as declarer. Okay. Would I signal? Don't mind signaling. I've got a definite Jack 10. Okay, here I go on the spade finesse. And you can break honors here, but it's most unlikely it's going to be relevant when you've got this solid of a middle card holding. It's quite rare for the declarer to go and put the six in because it's the right thing to do. The six could so easily lose to your eight or nine or 10. They must be leading to the queen or the jack or some holding like that. So rarely wrong to play low here. Again, you could put the jack in, but that would only help the defenders when the next card is the king. You should go and play the card which is least helpful. And the likely thing is that South will win with the king straight away rather than take a risky duck on the hope you've got the ace jack and repeat the finesse. Okay, so from East point of view, hasn't gone well so far, but never mind. What will happen next is, interesting what I do. It can't cost to play a club because if East has the jack, uh, they're always going to make a trick with it. And if partner has the jack, then partner's got the suit under control. And I don't see how it costs to play a diamond either, at least not yet. So I'd probably try the queen. I got queen jack 9. I'd probably try that. Never signal with winners. There's the 10, ace, 8, 7, 6 in dummy. It's not clear you should be signaling here. that 10 could be crucial as a winner. So I would recommend playing small. Um, I would win here as I don't. If I'd win, if I duck it, it'd be silly to duck it, would it? I might find a 3-3 diamond break. I could add to my repertoire of things to do. Maybe I should go and play the king. Yes, I can see whether. Sorry, not the king. Undo. Come on. Right, maybe I should play the 5 and see whether I get another diamond and have a 3-3 diamond break. If so, I reckon. Uh, Rather than play partner for the 10 of diamonds, I think South was switch to a club. It's fairly clear that um, that is a safe suit to play. Uh, and we go in with the king. We see the Doubleton high-low signal from North. That's good. Okay, so what are my remaining chances? Getting less in the club suit, still reasonable in the spade suit. And I don't like the blockage I've created in the diamonds. I think I sort of will continue with the diamond. That's not good news. The 10. South must have the jack because he led the queen. Not so good. Okay, I'm going to try. Um, I can try the clubs and then the spades, but then I have to lead away from my spades or the jack of hearts. I think I'd like to try the spades first. See how we're doing there. Well, this isn't so bad. And the jack of spades. And what should I throw away? Not my club. It's probably a winner. Would throw the heart. I don't think I'll ever leave heart. So, okay. And bad news then. South has discarded. Not going so well after all. Still, I'm learning an awful lot. I think from the carding, North has got 4 clubs. He was willing to play high-low. But that means that South has no spades left. North has got the spades and probably no clubs left. That means he must be open to an end play. Let me play across to that ace, just as I thought. It's North who's got the jack of clubs as well. So although I almost certainly don't have a diamond winner, I can actually play ace of diamonds, heart away, shall we say. I'm keeping this jack 9 to make a trick out of it because I'm planning to um, exit on this last diamond. And as a result, South is now thrown in with my that diamond and has to break the hearts for me. So I managed to come to. So this is a hand that's a sort of a long road a winding. You have excellent chances in the spades, both with the spade finesse and the break. You have excellent chances. Well, no, you don't, but you have chances in the club suit that they're breaking 3-3, even if they're not excellent. But it's also wise to keep looking as to what other chances there are. And as things develop and you learn that South seems to be very short in the black suits, although it certainly isn't obvious when you start play that you're going to have an end play, it becomes more and more obvious as that information is revealed to you. And so you're then able to go and exit at the end on a diamond and generate your 9th trick by getting an end play position, a lead away from the Queen of Hearts, and make your Jack of Hearts on the other side. Okay, question. If South returns the club 3, well, it goes much the same. Do you want me to show you? Or let me take it to the table again. Export to the table. So this was a 3 no trump contract. 3 no trump. So the lead's there. We elect to win and get there. We cross to a club. And we take our first spade finesse, which sadly loses. And then you say, well, if it goes a club, we go and win this one. And here again, we got some odds. Again, I don't see developing the diamond suit. So personally, I would try for the spade. So I'd go the spade here, there, and then learn the bad news. I knew it was a five card heart suit. I knew it all the time. Okay, now, okay, well, my last chance is South started with the clubs, and even actually started with four clubs. I'm in the same sort of position. I could strip the diamonds by playing the ace and the king, and then I could throw South in with the clubs. So I'm very definitely going to try the clubs at this juncture to see whether, and I learn yet more bad news, and yet at the same time good news, because now, Makiko, I'm in the same position of knowing that South had a Doubleton club, a Doubleton spade, and five hearts. He must actually have four diamonds. So even though he didn't catch the queen of diamonds earlier, I can still do this end play trick, playing to the king, playing one back, and then I know this is going to happen because I've counted the hand out. And you can see that South effectively he can cash the queen of hearts and the queen of diamonds, but sooner or later he's going to gift a trick to the Jack of Hearts by leading away from the Queen. So once again, you're going for all your natural winners. You just have to be aware. What many people do, you see, they drive it and then they get dispirited and they think, oh, the spades haven't broken. But if I duck a spade to North, maybe he won't remember to play a heart and maybe I'll be able to catch my last spade. This is wishful thinking. Try and picture the whole hand in your head as you develop it. And to say the real thing to realize is that two spades, two clubs gives you a really easy end play to put South in with a diamond and get your last trick out of the Jack of Hearts. You okay with that lead? Sorry, let me give you the hand again. Oh no, I can just claim the hand, can't I? Claim the hand. Okay. Um, right. If diamonds are 3-3, no. If the 3-4-5, diamonds 3. Well, I was fairly sure from the lead that South had five hearts. Graham. Sorry, it's Jeff, isn't it? Not Graham. If South has three diamonds, and I learned about he's got a Doubleton spade, he'll also have three clubs. And if South has three clubs, North will have three clubs, and my 35.5% chance to make an extra trick in the club suit is going to come in. So I wasn't too bothered about 3-3 in diamonds uh, because of oh, there's also with 3-3 in diamonds, there's a better chance that the spades or the clubs might break in a 3-3 fashion. That's okay, Jeff? I certainly don't think it's going to fail. I think my odds are improved, uh, not from the end play, but by one of my basic chances coming in that the spade finesse is right. Okay, it's wrong, but spades are 3-3, clubs are 3-3. And I think by the time you've got five hearts and three diamonds, you've got really good chances of one of those suits breaking. Okay, well, that was fascinating, wasn't it? But I'm going to move on to another hand because we can't stay here all night. So here comes hand number 3. Okay, well, one club, one heart, two diamonds, two hearts, four hearts. Well, a logical auction, but the end of it is that after a one club um, pass, one heart, bid, they end up in four hearts. So I'll cut this short for you and just bid four hearts here. The auction I gave you is about the longest auction I try to achieve without altering it into something that you don't waste time on. So I've really made it short here, although I did give you extra bids to make it a bit more logical. Okay, so we're in four hearts and the lead, of course. Well, I say, of course. Of course, South opened a diamond. So you said bid a diamond in real life. So you're not going to play 10-9, 6 of diamonds. You're going to make the natural lead of the Jack of spades. Okay, well, let's be defense here, first of all. Um, South is going to play the king because he has to. I'm going to be the ace because it's nice to make tricks. And there is a natural defense at this point. Although I say it's natural, I saw two people uh, do something which to me was not natural. Here's my line of thinking. They've just got a bid to four hearts. So, of the cards which I can't see in the West Hand, um, those cards being the Ace of Clubs and the King of Diamonds, which of those two cards are in the North Hand? And the answer is both of them have to be, because without that seven count, they're just not going to bid uh, to the level of game. So what I think I know at least one player switched to it, and I think it was both of them switched to a club, as though there was some rush um, to get partners. Well, if partner did have the ace of clubs and North had bid this game on a three count, they would be quite right that their ace jack nine of hearts will produce two more tricks. But really, you have to be rational. Of course, North has the ace of clubs. So, of course, that isn't going to be a line that sets the contract. Meanwhile, you actually have a perfectly good line yourself because the lead has given you the possibility of forcing dummy out of its excellent trump holding. All you have to do to set the contract is play back the queen. That uses up one of the trumps. Now, when they try and um, draw the trumps, you continue playing these. Partner led the jack of spades. Partner's got the 10. Here we go. Well, plays the 9. There's the other trump going. And now they can't, although the 10 of hearts lies over you, they can't lead hearts through you to pick up your 9 of hearts. So sooner or later, North is going to lead a heart away from the 10, and you are going to make two more tricks. Now, I consider that the natural line of defense. So I was very surprised to see people playing North for a three count by switching to a club. So let's go back to that position where you lead the Queen of Spades. Okay. Okay. So we follow with our first highest, we rough. We've just seen what happens if you try to draw trumps. It's going to have the King of Hearts drives out the ace. They're going to drive out my Queen of Hearts with another spade. And, well, you might still make it. If somebody started with Doubleton Jack, I do have the 10 left. I will be able to play a second round of hearts, dropping the Doubleton Jack. And hey, I've just made my 10 of hearts a winner and I've made my contract. But is that likely? What is a break of 3-2 is 62%, and you want the jack to be with the two cards of the Doubleton, not with the three. So you want a chance of 2/5 of 62%. So you're somewhere below 30% as the chance you're taking by immediately trying to draw the hearts. Is there another line? Well, yes, there is. It's not a great line, but maybe the clubs are breaking 3-2. Or maybe, even if they're not breaking 3-2, maybe the person who roughs the third, you got good chances of the first two standing up. It's 84% chance that the first two clubs are winners. The question is the next one a winner? Well, even if somebody roughs that, it might be West with his ace jack nine. So now you've reduced the number of trumps in the west hand, and again, that's going to improve your chances of bringing in the contract because now the heart suit will be in effect breaking for you. So very definitely, rather than immediately start to try and draw the hearts, you should see whether you can get some advantage. And well done to those who did it. If what you're really hoping is just that these are 3-3, because now I throw that away without any loss whatsoever. And they happen to be 3-3. But even though they hadn't been 3-3, maybe West has the doubleton and Ruff with one of his ace jack nine. That really does improve your chances of bringing in the contract. You've only lost one trick so far, and after the Ruff, the they're sort of breaking for the thing. Okay, well, now you're prepared to draw the trumps. And the difference is that when they try
Yeah.
to do the same thing of forcing you with a spade, you don't have to use up that queen of hearts. You can.
Not on camera. No, you're not on camera.
Let's talk. I don't see.
Maybe it's a bit bigger, it's better. Because I don't have bigger. It's fine. Yeah, honestly, it's nice. Yeah, very nice.
I do hate sharing a screen. You don't have all the normal functions available to you, like mute. I wonder what mute does. Oh, but that mutes me. Yes, that mutes me. Well, whoever's talking, perhaps they'd like to mute themselves since I'm no longer able to do it for you. I can't mute all. I'm on sharing a screen. It hides everything when you share a screen. And yeah. Maybe I could play. Maybe no, it's not good. I'm sorry, Sanya. Just it's Caroline, was it? How about that? Okay, so here we are. Now they're trying to force me, just as they did before. Last time I had to ruff with my Queen of Hearts, but not this time. I'm not quite sure. I don't think I'm going to be. I'd rough small myself, and everything goes fine. I can keep my Queen of Hearts for trump drawing duty. That's its main interest. And so now and this time I am able to draw 2 rounds of trumps with my king and queen. And so, yes, they've got another trick with the jack of hearts, but that's their last trick. I got all winners with the diamonds, all winners with the queen of clubs. I got 2 trumps over there. I'm going to take every other trick except the jack of hearts. So I'm not going to bother playing that through for you. I'll just claim all the tricks except one. So I'm going to claim 4 more tricks, 3 diamonds and a winning heart. Here we go. And making the contract. So this is just a common sense sort of hand, really. Common sense for West, not to go and switch to a club, but to actually try this forcing game. And common sense for North, who should realize that if North does the obvious of just immediately trying to draw the trumps, because if you only could, you got loads of winners with your minor suits, but you're going to get into trouble because of another force on the spacesuit. So you should realize it must be worth having a go at throwing your third spade away. And although it turned out to be particularly simple here, they were 3-3. I reckon you're going to make the contract many times, even when the clubs break 4-2, because of the person roughing will be reducing their trumps to just 3 cards in length. Okay, moving on to board number 4. Um, okay, again, I've pinched this auction from from the book. I don't know whether you agree with the auction or not, but let's cut it short. Eventually, we reach a contract of 4 spades by West. And 4 spades by West means North is on lead. In practice, they bid 1 spade and they bid the heart suit later. So from North's point of view, North might lead a spade because, after all, if there's a heart suit, you might want to cut down the roughs, or you might lead a minor suit. And of the minor suits, obviously the clubs is by far the more entrancing lead because of that nice solid Jack 10-9. Okay, so let's become declarer now. How am I going to make this? I've got uh, 2 top spades. The spades probably break. I have 3-2. I've probably got 3 spades, 2 hearts for 5, a club for 6, 2 diamonds for 8, and I need 2 more. And that means I think that, well, I could try my luck with the Queen of Clubs. That might produce a trick, but otherwise they have got to come from roughing in the heart suit. So should I play the Queen? Well, I don't see how to. A lot depends. You should take a look at their card. I, for instance, play strong tens and Jack denies. So Jack denies says you do not have a higher honor than the Jack when you lead it. So if you read that, it's absolutely pointless playing the Queen, and who knows, maybe the King of Clubs is Singleton in the South Hands. But randomly, the standard lead from King Jack 10 is the Jack, so you might try the Queen to see whether it's a winner or not. I assuming it. Well, let's for all you see the King's wrong. It's not silly to play low and play for a Doubleton King in the South Hand. Um, if you do, your first question is: should you win straight away with the ace? Or should you duck? And then that might give you communication advantages in I can cross back later by roughing another round of clubs, maybe dropping king to 3 in the south hand while I'm doing it. Well, yes and no. Remember, my basic plan is to rough in the heart suit. And by now, this should be coming transparently obvious to North, who heard the auction start 1 spade, 1 no trump by East, 2 hearts by West. So North should be very aware that he's sitting on some very useful heart losers. And one person did duck, and I was very surprised not to see a spade immediately placed on the table, because you want to reduce the number of roughs that declarer can take against this contract. So I think doing anything except displayed is not really paying attention to what the auction has told you. The auction's told you about these heart roughs. Stop them. I did. Leading one at trick 1, I think, would have been my choice, but the book said lead the Jack of Clubs, and so we all led the Jack of Clubs. Okay, so let's go back. No, you shouldn't duck, because North should be switching to a spade and ruining your basic plan. You should win with the ace in order that you can get on with your job of playing the hearts. Now, I've got 2 ways of doing this. I'm hoping never to rough with the king, so I can play a safety round of the king of spades, and then I can do ace of hearts, king of hearts, rough a heart, cross back on the ace of diamonds, rough another heart. And that works fine if trumps are breaking, or if hearts are breaking. But if actually it goes ace of hearts, king of hearts, rough a heart over rough, and I've cashed the king of spades, they will be able to play a spade back. Well, let me just show you. Suppose I do a so-called safety round, unsafety round. Okay, now I go for my heart ruff. This, uh, uh, and yeah, doing fine here, I think, until the roof falls in because they play that back and ruin the last ruff that's coming from the table. So because I went and drew that king of spades, I give them the option. I think that option works even if they only had a three card spade. So let's go back to what we should have done because cashing the king of spades gives them the option of doing that, drawing the last round of trumps. What you should do is immediately get on with taking these heart ruffs. So it goes, come on, disappear yellow boxes. It goes immediately a heart. Okay. And I suppose technically I should play small diamond. Just possible South has a singleton heart. That would be very embarrassing. King, I should probably do this, leave the second heart from dummy. But no problems. He's got a heart anyway. Lovely. Here we go. Rough by first. On over here. And it gets over up. But look, the difference is they're no longer in a position to clear the rough of the last heart. So they'll play back a heart and try and do that to me, but I can now immediately, well, I got to cross the hand, immediately rough with this. And even if they do over rough, they must be roughing with one of their top spades. I'll be able to draw the trumps later on with just the ace. What will he do? Queen of diamonds. Maybe I shouldn't have played those diamonds. I might suffer an over off there. Oh, I'm okay. So now I can play the ace. And so this time, even though there's this really nasty trump break of four in the south hand, I've eaten away at that trump break by roughing the hearts. Every time I did it, they over off, but it was with that four card trump suit. If they didn't over off, I'd have just scored winners. And if they do over off, instead of having a four card trump suit, they're down to a three. And then later on, when they're off, I over off the second heart, they're down to just two. And I can draw those two trumps with my ace and my king. I'm going to claim here. So this is just a matter of playing it through about, I'm going to play ace of hearts, king of hearts, rough a spade. Is it safe? And it is safe if everybody's got a heart, because you'll be able to rough with south and north following. You'll cross back to you one of your aces and rough the other one. No problems whatsoever. But if there is a bad break with somebody having a doubleton heart, cashing that king is fatal, because they will over off and play a spade back and kill that heart ruff. So therefore, do not play the king. Immediately start on the hearts, and you are over off. But hey, you are able to keep on roughing, keep on getting over offed, and that nibbled away at South's trump suit. It looked so good when it started, but I must say, once you've had to over off with the 10 and the 9, you effectively have a trump suit of Queen Jack Doubleton, and you always make it. Can you please save it as it is, Alan? Oh, okay. I think the answer is going to be no, Sanya. What is it you wanted saved? No matter. It was too late. Okay. The first try, right. Okay. Do you want me to do it again? Show how it goes wrong? I can do it if you like. No. All right. Okay. I'm going to go on to board 5 then, since okay. Thank you. Sorry. You know I never see the chat until the finish. My eyes are totally on the cards and what they're doing and whether I'm clicking in the right place. Okay, here we go. Export to the table. And this is an auction I feel I can actually do. It's 2 spades, pass, 4 spades. Which I'd consider a fairly straightforward auction with the top 2 spades. I mean, it's true you only got 9 tricks. You've got ace, king, opposite a 6-card suit, which is presumably going to bring in 6 tricks, and an ace, king of clubs and the ace of hearts. But partner must have more than the queen, jack of spades. So there must be a chance at another trick somewhere. So I think it's a perfectly normal auction to bid like that. Okay, what's the lead? It is the 2 of spades. Um, can't honestly say I approve. My experience of defending against uh, contracts without roughing them, it's good to draw trumps if the opponents are roughing something. It's good to draw something if they're in a 4-4 fit where they don't have many options to what they can do. But wherever they got a long trump suit, my experience is that leading a trump just gives them loads of time to take all their best advantage. First of all, they're going to try the club finesse, and then they're going to fall back on a 3-3 heartbreak. And so I say I'm not greatly when North has shown 6 spades. I would be I wouldn't like to lead away from an honour, but I certainly don't see why we shouldn't be trying the clubs with the lead of the 80 clubs. Still, never mind. Spade is what's led, and analysing it from our point of view as North, you can see that we have 2 ways where we might get additional tricks. One of them is that the King of Hearts is with the West hand. We lead a heart towards the Queen and we make a trick 50% of the time when the King is on the right side. It isn't here. It never is in problem hands because, of course, I'm trying to get you to think of doing other things. The other thing you might try to do is develop a diamond trick. And in real life, that is very difficult to do because you lead a diamond and they continue. Now, to rough out a diamond trick, you would need to rough 3 more rounds of diamonds. Don't forget, they're going to have a 4-3 break 62% of the time. So we've got to rough 3 more and get back to it to cash the last diamond. So you need 4 entries having tried going if you go for this line, and that's why it's quite rare in real life because not every hand has 4 entries in the same hand, allowing you to do all this crisscrossing. But here we do. The south hand was so strong, you can see it does have the 4 entries required to rough 3 times, cross back, and cash, hopefully, a winner. So it's a 62% chance that easily beats the 50% of the Queen of Hearts being right. And anyway, we can always change our mind if you suddenly discover that there's a 4-1 spade break or something awful. You may not have the trumps to rough the diamonds out, but nothing stops you having to go at the heart suit after all. So it's quite simple to just go for it and see how we do. And I don't know why I'm going on about this. Everybody who had this hand, I think, immediately went for this line of play. And let's just go through it then to see it working. Immediately, I'm going to rough the diamonds. They're all solid. Okay. Um, you should at this junction test the spade. If spades are breaking badly, you can't afford to go setting up spade tricks for them by roughing the diamonds. You almost certainly should play another round of spade. Oh, I suppose you know they're breaking. There's only 1 left. Okay, right. So here we go then. Spade, chase, spade. What will he throw away? club, I imagine. Okay, so club, king 10, another diamond. Face itself, really, at this stage. I think we can rough the heart at this stage. Oh, diamond, silly me. Okay, and now we play cross on another club. Okay, another diamond, and rough that one. And magically, a trick has appeared for us. That's the last diamond, so all we have to do is cross over to the ace and cash our winner to um, throw say that away. And we even got a chance that maybe we could make another trick by leading the six of hearts, although that is really probably somebody's got two winners at this stage, and it's there we go. Question. You can't be loud with the mute button down on your thing, Sanya. Okay, so easy, really, in a way, as long as you see it. You have two options: lead towards the Queen of Hearts. Can that ever be right in a problem hand that I give you? Or loads and loads of work. Can you rough out your diamond suit and set up a winner there? And it's a once you see it, it's a much better chance. So that's the one you go for. You do you say, and you be prepared to fall back on playing a heart to the queen. Yeah, really bad trump break. You you suddenly change your mind and draw the trumps and go for the heart trick or potential heart trick. Okay, there we go. Export to the table. Load the deal to the table, and magically hand six appears. Okay, so, well, I don't know whether this bidding matters or not. So let's do one heart, pass, one spade, and the opponents come in with a two club bid. And interesting what to do here. Anyway, three spades is the bid chosen. Certainly either going to be two spades or three spades is a bit of an overbid and two spades is a bit of an underbid. And now, well, excellent spade support, so four spades. And here we are in game. Okay, so lead is the natural top club, and South starts to show a doubleton. And I think North can count in it being a doubleton. In the sense that I'm not sure North's going to jump to three spades if he's looking at three clubs to the queen. Uh, so so I think although the nine might be a singleton, that would mean West has made a jump bid on three to the queen of clubs, and I just find it against the odds, really. So interesting what you do here. Um, is there some danger of the West club being thrown away? I don't particularly see it. Should I make a switch? I don't know. Maybe. This does look like one of those hands where maybe Declare wants to go and set up the heart suit. Maybe I should switch to spades. Or maybe I should try and force Declare in some sense. Well, can you ever force a Declarer who's got a long spade suit? I don't think you can. So my choice, I think, would be a spade switch. And I tried this out on um, double dummy. And in fact, you have to switch to a spade or a diamond at this point if you wish to go and set the contract. So certainly as North, this is something you should be thinking of. Well, I wanted to give West a chance, so I ordered you to, as the book did, to continue with the spade suit. So the queen drops. Oh, thank you, Colin. Good to have you here. I don't know why I translate these words wrong. I was saying to you the other day, I keep using the wrong suit to describe. I continue with the club suit. And possibly even worse, because you still look like a hand where you want to go and set up the heart suit. This really does maximize the chance um, of uh, let's leave as many entries as dummy as possible in case declarer wants to go and set up the heart suit. So I never throw a heart. I've got. I want to go and keep those hearts so that they don't drop if part does do. But I don't want to throw away anything in the space suit. That's already a winner. I'll only be over off. Uh, or it's a winner. So I would actually choose to go and throw a diamond, and then which one you throw depends on the system you're actually playing. So I'll just throw a diamond, and of course, indeed, Westeros set. Okay, so what have we got? Well, your basic chance is that the Queen of Diamonds is with the North hand. Is that likely? Well, it's quite possible. I know he's overcalled with ace, king, jack to six clubs, but good chances he's got another high card. No reason at all why it can't be the Queen of Diamonds. But that's just the direct chance. Is there something else? Yes, here's one. Maybe somebody's got Queen, King, Queen, small of hearts. Now, that's what I was going about. If I can rough that heart suit out, I'm not sure I can rough it all the way, but certainly I want to try it because if somebody does have, um, should I signal? Mm, don't know really. Probably doesn't cost a signal. You signal when it doesn't cost a trick and you think it might help partner. You don't signal if ever you think you're giving information to declarer or throwing away a winner to go and make the signal that you want to go and give. Okay, so here I'm going. I'm trying to set up my additional chance. So crossover in the spade. Okay, I think another heart is and well, looks like a singleton ace. So play small and play high, maybe just in case the eight is in the right now. Okay, another entry which I've been left with. Thank you, North, for the entry. And okay, so South has a winner here with the Queen of Spades. Rather sad. That was one of my chances that the spades just broke 2-2. Okay, continue there. I don't see any chance of the hearts dropping now, but I have another string to my bow. I'm fairly sure that South is out of clubs, mainly because they threw one away. I don't know. They've got the Queen of Spades. I know that, and otherwise they have hearts and the diamond suit. So uh, at this point, the hearts have broken, but somebody, either North or South, has still got a winning heart. But if I throw South in with a spade rather than just immediately take the diamond finesse, one of the lovely things about the throw in is that if South has a heart, they can't play it because it will set up my Jack of Hearts in the dummy. And the only other suit they've got is diamonds, and they can't play that suit either because they will be leading up to my ace and Jack of diamonds and giving me a trick. And you can see that is the situation. This is one way to lose. I simply rough it and um, uh, well, I've got the ace, king of diamonds, and the winning jack of hearts, so no problem there. But just as bad from South's point of view is to go and try leading a diamond because the diamond, come on, yellow boxes disappear. Right, here the diamond runs around taking the diamond finesse for me. And now you can see I can cash ace of diamonds, rough back to my hand, and cash the king of diamonds over here. So let's just go back a little. This is the crucial stage. Right? If you're the sort of person who doesn't think about what people are owning, but only sees your direct chances, well, you have no chance of setting up the heart suit because you can't reach dummy rough one and get back to it. So the direct person says, I have to go and take the diamond finesse. But if in your mind you start to picture what the other people are holding, you the South holding is only holding maybe the Queen of Hearts and the diamond suit. By doing the end play, you then make sure that whatever South is holding, they will take the diamond finesse for you, or they will set up the heart suit for you.
Of course, it doesn't matter which opponent has got the Queen of Diamonds, Alan, does it?
No, no, if the diamond finisher, well, it does in a way, because when North has the Queen of Diamonds, they get very depressed, Colin.
Because they could have made it
because everybody's making this contract.
Yeah.
I've just been wasting my time.
Yeah.
But so yeah, but it does. You're right in the sense that technically it doesn't matter that they're leading away from it, but it makes a big deal of difference to the way I feel.
To the satisfaction you get out of
yes, the
satisfaction.
satisfaction.
That's the way to put it. Yes, I know.
Right. So I'm going to claim here, whatever they do, they're setting up a trick for me. I get the remaining 4 tricks, so I'm claiming them. I showed you how to go and get them over there. So again, this is one of these things where, you know, if you're a routine player, you go for your chances, you try for your king, queen, smaller hearts, it didn't work, and you fall back on the jack. But if you're that little bit better, you also think about where the cards are, and another chance is there as long as you put your mind to looking for it and actually seeing it.
Can I just say a little thing about signals, Alan? Is that all right?
Maybe.
Well, I mean,
oh, go on then.
I'll tell you what I was going to say. I mean, I've had lots of
yes.
students over the years, and they say to me, when you signal this length and light to partner, you're telling the opposition as well. I mean, you know, I don't like the idea of that. And my answer to them is that half the opposition won't notice whatever signals you get. And half of those that's left won't believe you anyway, because you wouldn't be telling the truth if you were doing that. So my advice is give honest signals to your partner, because your partner will be taking notice. Hopefully, the opposition may or may not be, but they won't trust you even if they notice. So my advice: give honest signals a lot more often. Amy and I used to give them 95% of the time. And I say half the time they didn't believe us anyway. Thank you, Alan.
You're welcome. Actually, I had a different line when I did teaching. It was that in defense, you're much more short of information than declarer. Declarer knows exactly what he's working with and what he doesn't hold. And yes, you may, for the rare person that Colin never met that doesn't believe your signals, you may just give them an edge with your signal. But by and large, the information that comes to your side by clarifying what you've got, where the honors are, it works even more than just the, you know, you go signaling the suit. Now partner knows you've got 4. Oh, well, in that case, you must hold the king of diamonds because he's out of it, and therefore you don't. There's so many things you can learn, and in defense, you are so short of information that without Colin's argument is true about whether they believe you or don't, but the information giving is so crucial for defense. So I'm all in favour of signaling. The only time you don't signal is when it's with a winner, or when you are revealing, when you know for certain the other person who can gain is declarer. But most of the time, it is right to signal. This is the next hand, and again a straightforward auction. 1 no trump, pairs 3 no trump. So one of the worst options to defend against, because you have the least possible information as declarer. Sorry, as defenders, they told you nothing about their suits. Okay, well, lead is the Jack of Bear, and um, it's quite interesting. In a suit contract, you're probably right to duck here because one of the things you never do in a suit contract is underlead an ace. It's almost guaranteed to find the declarer with a singleton king. So the Jack would deny the ace and also deny the queen. And so there's really no need for you to put up your king, um, because it doesn't really help make any tricks. In no trumps, of course, well, now it depends. I've told you already, I play Jack denies. So for me, that Jack would say, I do not have the ace, king, or queen. And so East might follow the same logic. But if you're playing standard leads and you started with ace, Jack, 10, the Jack is the standard lead to make. And of course, you would play the king to prevent the queen from taking a trick. It doesn't make any difference here. Both the ace and the queen are in the south hand, but it does in a way. Most people play the king because you're playing often with a stranger who you've got no good agreement about whether the Jack shows a higher honor. And some of the declarers tried ducking. I don't think that's silly. You've now got the top two winners. But what is interesting is what East do next. And to me, it's clear because, see, my options are I can switch to hearts and set up the heart suit to run later, or I can continue the spade suit and work on setting up partner spade suit on the other side of the table. And it's clear to me because with the East hand, I would be saying, well, okay, I'm going to leave the queen of hearts. Presumably declare has got ace king. He'd never just duck that trick and allow me to set up my heart suit because partner's got the king on the other side, or he has a doubleton ace or something. So I'll have to work to set and then I will get in on my Jack of clubs. No, I will get in on my Jack of diamonds, and then I will run my heart suit. Well, I'm not the person who's got the cards that would let me get back in to run the heart suit. So to me, I thought it was quite clear that switching to the heart is just going to give your opponent more options. Play the ace here. And indeed, because you will never ever run your heart suit, declarer is actually fine now. He can just play ace, king of clubs, duck of club. And then if you're not even in to play the hearts, and then another spade, I set up my club suit. I have an easy make to the contract. So I strongly disapproved of those who switched to a heart, because although the heart suit is wonderful, there's really no chance you're ever going to run it. You should be trying to set up partner suit and get some tricks out of that. So here we go. We're going to follow the line that other people took, immediately trying to set up partners winners. You follow the original fourth highest to give partner a count, and or, depending what your agreements are, also to indicate whether you want if partner's out of the spades, whether you want a high return or a low one. So some people will do the 8 as original fourth highest. Some people will do the 2, suggesting I want a club return, and yet others would put in the 10, saying I really want you to go and play, well, a heart or a diamond when you get in. Let's assume you just follow with a normal original fourth highest in there. Okay. Now it's time to stop being defenders and become declarer. So as ever, as we should have done immediately you saw dummy, you count up your tricks: 2 spades, 2 hearts, 2 diamonds, and 2 clubs. So it looks a walk in the park, doesn't it? You have 5 clubs opposite 3. They're probably going to vote 3-2. I can play ace, king of clubs and duck a club, or I can duck a club and then play ace, king of clubs. They will break 3-2, and I will make an over trick because of the number of clubs. And if they don't break, well, where else can I go for tricks? Hearts can never break. I could just be very lucky and there's a 3-3 diamond break, but it's a terrible chance, 35.5. So I'm going to play the clubs. And should I duck one immediately? Well, no, because if they're not breaking, I do have a second chance, however poor it is. So, and besides, maybe something nice will happen. I think you should certainly cross over. You can always duck one next round if you want to. And now that is either incredibly good news, and he's got Queen Jack Doubleton. Not that it helps, because still got a loser with the 10. Or it's really bad news, and that is a singleton, and they're not breaking. And after I play other clubs.
Hello.
Hello, Kathy. It's nice to see
you. Hello.
You wouldn't like to mute yourself, would you, Kathy?
Right, on Neighbours, there's been a lot of chatter about this water.
Yeah.
Right? And apparently...
Kathy, you need to mute yourself. That's better. Yeah.
I can't. I've just realised I do it to individuals. No, I did it.
Oh, okay.
I was actually trying to find the general mute earlier, but I just realised I can do it person by person. Okay, so here I go. Should I go and... Well, actually, the 9 of clubs is interesting. If only I had the 8 of clubs, I could use that 9. I could play a small club to the 9 and drive out the 10. And then I'd be left with the king and the 8. And I could finesse if West has all the clubs. And lo and behold, I would be bringing the club suit in just like before. But the sad thing is I don't have it. So if I duck one now, do I have time to recover? Not necessarily. Let's just try it and see. Suppose I'm going to duck one, and oh bother, they're not making. Okay. Well, the trouble is now West has got the chance to set up his her spade suit, and now I can't afford to go and let's throw that away. I can't afford to duck yet another club, so the clubs are dead to me. I must go and try and make a diamond trick to try and make the contract. And if West gets in, and trust me, West will get in. He's got the queen and the 10 of diamonds. When I try to set up diamonds, West will get in and run the spade suit against me. I will go down because I went and ducked that club trick to the West seat. Now, what I should do is realize that if the clubs aren't breaking, there is no future in the club suit. So let us find out if they're breaking, because I do have a very poor quality second string to my bow. They're not breaking. West has 2 spade tricks. So at least I've still got a spade stop now. And so my poor string is to see whether I can set up a final trick. In the diamonds, I'll take the first one. I'll duck the second. And yeah, West can cash 2 rounds of clubs here. Sorry, Colin?
Yes, I was agreeing with you. Clubs.
Ah, okay, right. I don't know whether. Come on. I mean, no, he'll never. He'll catch one of them, maybe. He won't set up another, because he'll set up the club play, and then he'll start to set up his spade suit. So, okay, with a heavy heart, I lead the 3, and I'm delighted to learn they are breaking. I'm over the moon. I've got diamond trick to come, and he throw. There's the 10 of heart. No, he wouldn't have, but never mind. You can see I've got two more tricks now, the ace and king of hearts. So my 7 tricks is going to go up to 9. I'm going to claim the 2 tricks. I'm going to lose a heart on the third round of hearts. And so this hand is all about the fact that whereas a lot of the time you just duck a club straight away, or you catch the ace of clubs and lead towards the 9 to get some advantage out of it, this is a hand where none of that gains you at all. If the clubs are breaking, everything is fine. If the clubs are not breaking, by ducking that trick, you allow West to clear the spade suit, and now the other possibility, poor though it may be, has become a 0 possibility. You no longer have the time to see if the diamonds are breaking. So ace of clubs is right. King of clubs, because you still have an interest. If the clubs are breaking, you just give up a club, cross on the ace of diamonds, cash hundreds of clubs. But if they're not breaking, you have the time to fall back on seeing if there's a diamond winner. And that's all that there is to that hand, basically. About it's so natural to duck a club, and so often clubs are breaking, and you don't know you've actually made a mistake, but you have, and you learn it when actually they're not actually breaking. Okay, let's go to the last one. That's very odd. We did blue ball 7, didn't we? Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Board 8 didn't load. It's loading now. Export.
You got a dodgy mouse again.
That's what it is. There's a funny thing that if you actually have loaded board 8, it maybe I clicked on it and shut it down. It will never let you load.
No,
it won't load the same board twice in a row. Weird programming.
Once it's open, you can put it to the table twice as many times as you like, but you can't open it twice. No.
Okay, so there's competitive bidding, so let's do the sequence. 1 club, rather normal 2 spades, 3 hearts because you're strong enough to do it, and he's bid my 4 card suit. So and I'm sure you get there even without the intervention. Okay, so the lead is the ace of spades. That's partner suit. And let's do this from defense point of view. Partner's got 6 with the jump bid. It's not entirely clear that we should continue with the spade suit because obviously, who's playing? East is playing it. Yes, that's a hidden hand, but East must have a singleton. North promised 6 spades. Should I switch to something? Maybe. Quite attractive to switch to the jack of clubs. So probably, there's other things as well. Don't forget, if you don't play another heart, the queen of spades is left in dummy, and it's possible North gets thrown in at the end to lead up to the queen of spades. Those would be the things that would be fascinating me if I was playing as South. I know there's no trick, but should I kill the value of the queen of spades by continuing, or should I try and pick up something in the club suit? My partner's a weak hand. He won't have ace and king of clubs. Not clear to me at all.
Clubs, though, Alan.
Say it again.
I like the 8.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking of it. Even if partner just got the king, it'll go jack, queen, king, ace, and I've got the 10-8. If only I can get partner in. I need to get partner in to play another club throw. Anyway, you weren't given those chances. Even number of there. You are ordered to go and lead a second round of spades. Okay, now let's become declarer. So when it began, we counted up 6 heart tricks and 2 diamonds for 8. And club for 9. Oh, I'm so close. I just need 1 more trick. I don't think the King of Spades is with South, so the Queen of Spades will lose if I play it. So what do I have? Well, I actually have very good chances. Let's just let's just rough in to illustrate them. Nine's a winner. Okay, rough. Imagine I've drawn trumps to save time. One of my options is to go and lead a diamond and anxiously try the diamond. I would be very disappointed because that loses. And what are my chances? Is there a chance of a singleton king? Not very likely. So a club lead, and I think I would keep the Jack 10-8. They're all potential winners. A good example of when you don't signal because you think the cards might be useful in the play. You got to put the Queen up here and once again, I would be disappointed. It's so sad what is going to happen to you if you follow the line of seeing where your best chances lie and then playing for one of them, playing for the other. Alas, in this case, they're both wrong. So is there some other line here that you could do that improves your chances? Again, I think you've just got to go and see it, or maybe you've seen it before. Let's draw the trumps now because there. And I think I would anyway. I don't like playing the king and following with the 9. I don't know that it matters, but now all the entries are in the west hand with the queen and the jack of hearts. If I would probably just cross over with the 5 of hearts to the queen, and that would give me better options of I could overtake the jack with the king, or I can play the 10 to the jack. It's much more flexible to do that for the purpose of entries. But what I have seen is that if I could only throw north in with something or other, North would have to go either give me a rough and discard or open the diamond suit or play up to my club winner. And I can throw North in because I was absolutely sure early on that North had the king of spades. So if I go and throw away a card which can't matter, I think it could be a club or a diamond, actually. North is thrown in because I've stripped the hearts. Rough and discard time if he plays a spade. You can see that a diamond immediately gives me the extra trick I want in the diamond suit. But just as, and so often you do this and it doesn't pay off because South had the king of clubs. You could have led to the queen, but it pays off here because the queen immediately becomes a trick because of the club. And those are the two of the options. The last option is a rough and discard. So I can throw a losing club away. Whichever card North goes and selects in this position is going to give me an extra winner. I started with 9. The extra winner brings me up to 10 tricks. But you have to see it. You have to realize that if you can only get North to lead these suits rather than you play them in a sort of, I see my best chance in diamond, I see my best chance in clubs, but always better is far better if they break those suits for you. So if you see this queen of spades and discard a loser, now you've turned the contract from being 75%, one of my 2 big chances coming in, to 100%. They must give you a trick rather than just there's every likely chance that you'll get a trick. So I'm going to claim because Sandhya loves me when I claim, and I'm going to claim that 1 extra trick. So here I go. Making 10 tricks via the end play of the queen of spades, and North goes on. You mean save it with trying the diamond finesse and losing, and save it trying the club finesse and losing, and yeah, but we'd be here all day because you've got to load and
Yes and yes, she says.
And that's it. That's all 8 hands. Oh, and I've got nothing. I thought next week, next week we have an expert doing the squeeze, please. And but for the, I've been giving you. But these aren't squeezes. Yes, but Colin will not be giving you a taster because I thought after next week's, which are the remember you there. There's going to be 4 hands next week, which are show up squeezes. And they're normal squeezes, but if the squeeze was working, you would find that the finesse works just as well. And the idea of the show up squeeze is you get a bonus when the squeeze is not working because you know there's no point taking the finesse. And so what you have to hope for, which may well come true when you do these squeezes, what you have to hope for is that the honor you might have finessed against is doubleton, is a queen you're looking for, and so drops when you fail to take the finesse. So 4 of those next week, but after that, I'm going to give you a break and just do a normal set of squeezes before I make it even harder again for you. But that's all for the future. For me, well, I'm done.